Well, there's been a lot of questions, confusion, and concerns about data centers coming to Prince George's County. Concerned residents have rallied together seeking answers to their questions. A data task force was taken and created by the County Council to do a deeper dive into the impact of data centers in the county. Joining me now in the studio is County Council Vice Chair Krystal Oriadha. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now let's jump right in. Why are you against data centers?
I have a lot of concerns, like the community. I have concerns about the environmental impacts. I have concerns about the costs. And this is not something just for Prince George's County. We see the impacts of data centers going in the region and how much utility costs are going up. So I just feel like there's a lot more regulation and things that need to be talked about. And I'm concerned about the long-term impacts. And so for me, I feel like we should be focusing on, yes, generating revenue, but I'm not sure data centers are the solution to our deficit.
Now, in 2021, a bill overrode the county council to fast track data centers coming to Prince George's County. So, who makes the final decision?
Yeah, so we were shocked along with many residents, because that was before myself, the chair, were elected to the county council, that the past council decided, Councilmember Ivy and Janoga, who were there, passed and voted for this bill that would make data centers go around the county council. Like many know, traditionally, there's parts of the development process that come to us when we sit as district council. So if this bill is not repealed, that would be the state of affairs. It would go through a process with planning, and then it would go directly to permitting, and we would have no say. And I feel like it's too big of an issue for the district council not to have a say, because we represent the public. We are an elected body. There's an opportunity for public comment and hearings when it comes to the council. And so I disagree with that piece of legislation. I think it was damaging. It's why the community is such an uproar right now, is because they feel like they were blindsided by a piece of legislation that was intentionally meant to leave the community out.
Yeah, they actually feel that some of the meetings that you've had have been pretty performative. They've shown sort of some marketing that shows data centers are coming to the county, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, and I think that's sad because past leadership moved in a direction to say that to the community. You know, I come from advocacy, and so I can't say that the advocates are wrong for feeling how they do. Some legislation was passed in the night, really, right, without the community being aware of what it meant and what it would do. And then you had companies giving money to politicians for their campaigns, and then you see a data center coming into someone's residential community. Any resident is going to feel like there was an intentionality to do it. Now, the task force, you know, and this is where it gets confusing, I think, for residents. They're assuming we did the task force to be performative because we knew the data center was coming. But that's actually the opposite. The reality for us is that when they came to us about data centers, we said, we have to take a step back. We have to have a task force. The chair said we have to bring all the stakeholders to the table. We have to understand what are the benefits, what are the things that could be detrimental, so we can have an honest conversation before anything's done. But none of us knew that past council members had already been working in the dark on bringing a data center. And so that's what has caused the confusion now. And so we're trying to still do what we promised, which is have dialogue that includes community members, industry, labor unions, environmentalists, and let them bring a report back to the council. And so I look forward to what those recommendations are.
All right, so are data centers the only way that Prince George's County can generate money? I know that we're about to lose the Commander Stadium. We just lost Six Flags yesterday. So what are some other ways that the county council is considering?
Yeah, I think it's definitely not the only way, right? When we look at the biggest revenue generator when it comes to taxes, it's National Harbor, creating destinations, entertainment that actually align with what residents want to see. And so, yes, we're sad Six Flags is leaving. It's a staple. But the reality is that what they paid in taxes was a drop in the bucket when you look at the land mass that they were sitting on, the percent of land mass they actually used to run Six Flags, and the potential. So I'm excited about the vision that the county executive has and Councilmember Blagay have for what Six Flags can be and building another destination. And same for the stadium and the entire Blue Line corridor. So I think there's huge opportunities for investment in the county. I just think it's really important that the community understands that we're in a new time and a new time of leadership in the county that I don't think we've seen before. We have a majority of the county council that is really progressive in our thinking and really centered on hearing the community's voice. And we have a county executive that's very transparent and very inclusive. And so I know it's the worst time because when you look at federal government, it's the complete opposite. You have a lot of people that everything's performative and no one wants to get anything done. But I think we're in a new time in Prince George's County. So it's about how we take advantage of this time. And I know it's going to be asking for a little bit of trust because it's the opposite of what politics is because a lot of politics is lying. I mean, if I'm just honest, it's why I never wanted to be a politician. Why I don't think I'll be a political lifer is because I'm pretty honest, I'm pretty direct, even to my detriment. But what I can say is I am going to fight for the residents of Prince George's County. I'm going to make sure that the community's voices are heard when no one's watching, when the door's shut, and when there's no one to see. They know if I'm in the room that their voice is going to be heard.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Vice Chair Krystal Oriadha. It has been a pleasure, and I know that the policy recommendations have to get over to the County Council by November 30th. Thank you so much. We'll continue to follow the story on data centers here in Prince George's County.
All right, thanks so much, Aniya, for that report.
And make sure to tune in to CTV News tomorrow as we continue the data center conversation with Councilwoman Walla Blagay.